Hey YOKE family, my name is Eli Smith and I am the Blount County Area Director for YOKE, and this morning I want to share a quick message with you guys about purpose. I think that a lot of us tend to find our sense of purpose wrapped up in the things that we do. And right now for many of us, a lot of the things that we typically do have been put on hold for the time being. I know that for me, as someone whose job typically involves a lot of being around people, things just look different right now. And I think if we're not careful, it could be easy to think that because we are not able to do the things that we feel like we should be doing, we are not fulfilling our purpose. But I don't think that that's true, or at least it doesn't have to be. So I want to read a couple of verses for you guys from the book of Ecclesiastes. And for some of you who are familiar with Ecclesiastes, you might think that that is an odd choice for a book to turn to right now. It is not, out of all the books in the Bible, typically the first one that I open up when I'm looking for hope. But I do think that there's a lot of hope to be found in here if we're willing to look for it. So the author of Ecclesiastes spends a lot of time thinking about the nature of existence and how so much of what happens to us is completely beyond our control. In the NIV version, he starts out the book by saying, meaningless, utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless. That's not the message that I want you guys to walk away with today, because as the book goes on, he continues to search for something that is not meaningless. He's asking, what is the point of all this? So I'm going to read from the last chapter, chapter 12, verses 13 through 14. And this is the last two verses of the book. It says, "The end of the matter, all has been heard. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God will bring every deed into judgment, with every secret thing, whether good or evil." Last week, Eli Cochran reminded us that even though a lot of the things around us are changing, God has not changed and his word has not changed. And there's another thing that I don't think has changed, and that is your purpose. Your purpose is not wrapped up in your job. It's not wrapped up in your friendships. It's not wrapped up in your hobbies. None of those things. In fact, the book of Ecclesiastes tells us that all of those things are meaningless. That doesn't mean those things aren't good, but they are not where we find our purpose. So fear God and keep his commandments, for that is the whole duty of man. That's what Ecclesiastes says, and that's it. Everything in this life that has any meaning, any significance, can be boiled down to that. So I want to encourage you guys this week by reminding you that your purpose has not been changed by your circumstances. This week I want you to try and figure out what it might look like for you to fear God and keep his commandments, even in your current situation. Thanks.